Go on.
Would you go to prison for 3 years for $500,000?
$500,000.
Yeah.
$500,000 is not a lot of money to go in prison for, you know.
But 3 years though.
Right, $500,000. You have to look at it like this.
Tax free.
$500,000 is still not a lot of money to go to prison for, because your life afterwards, yeah, you got $500,000, but your life afterwards is totally disturbed.
Safe to all of that. But if you stayed out of prison and you worked for 3 years, unless you're in an amazingly paid job, you're not making £500,000.
That's true, but the trauma you're going to have from going to prison in itself, the trauma you're going to have from going into prison, I can't justify that for $500,000. I want a lot more than $1 million.
So $500,000 to go into prison for how long?
3 years.
3 years. 3 years in prison.
Do you know what?
What category prison?
About to say, one thing that's good.
Prison is prison.
No,
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to just say any level of prison.
There's categories, and you got to realize to yourself. And unfortunately, and I hope it stays this way, none of us in the room has been to prison, from what I know.
That they told you.
From what I know.
I know man doing sentences right, they're going to their prison cell from here.
From here, you know when man is just leaving, it's like, yeah, where you think I'm going?
The warden is like, well, you said you're going to be back at 10.
That's why we rushed the end of the podcast, isn't it? But no, what I'm trying to say is no one, so I can't tell you what it's like to be in there or what it's not like. I've got this figment of my imagination that or from TV that I believe it is, all right? But I
just say it as it is, bud.
If
you're in prison, you're getting hit.
But if you...
I'll tell you this much, yeah?
This is what's going on.
I believe we can all say we know people that have either been in prison or are in prison and they wouldn't want to go back.
And no, you told you that. I don't man them that go in and out.
Boy.
No. Hold on. Going
in there now.
No, hold on.
First rodeo.
Going in and out of prison doesn't mean you want to go back. It just means you've been caught.
Yeah, and I don't care.
So my point is, no, but that's risk and reward, isn't it? The risk being I can get caught, but the reward being whatever I'm doing is rewarding me enough. It's not that you're choosing to go back to prison.
Some people, they're so accustomed to the prison life.
Yep.
When they come outside, they lose it. They can't handle it.
Are they people you know?
So, not that I know personally, but I've experienced and spoken to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they're so accustomed to prison life. When they come outside, they can't handle. So they do something purposefully to go back. They want to go back because it's what they're used to. So you can't say they don't go back or they don't want to go back, because people do want to go back.
Sorry, let's not get too caught up on
I was about to say,
because
the question was
stay on target, right? So it's like, what would you do for money? Now, it's a very, very broad question. Sirelli asked the question, would you go to prison for 3 years for £500,000? Not even close.
No.
That's not even nearly enough.
750.
No, because you have to think the time you're going to be away from your kids, and the time you're going to be away from your family, the time you're going to be away from your love, your missus, and your own freedom.
Bro, there's people in prison for less than $5,000 and they're doing 2 years.
That's none of my business. It's none of my business. So, but what
and you get paid.
What I will say is you have to say what would work for you in it. So what are you? I'm not asking you to ask everyone what they do.
No, I just want to get to the last one. A meal.
No.
You wouldn't go to prison for a meal for 3 years?
No.
Would you go to prison for a meal for 3 years?
I think about it, but I don't know. If it's a cat D, yeah.
Tongo's guy.
If it's a cat D, I would go.
Tongo's there.
Tongo's already there.
Tongo's like, can you put me in solitary confinement, please?
No, if it's a cat D, I would go.
Is it 1.5 for good behaviour?
3 years, a meal,
Straight.
tax-free. Ching on the day you get released. In fact, they'll give it to you before you go in so you can get interest.
No, I would say no, because there's not everything like that I would do for money, to be fair. I like my life too much. And I'm happy where my life is now. So to turn and say to myself, Lee, go jail for a meal now and then come out in 3 years' time, I'm like, no thanks. Time's more precious than money.
Raw, people in the messages saying, buddy's lying, Tongo's lying.
Tongo's lying. Tongo said he would go. Wow, why are you trying to? He never lied.
True. Mr. Boom.
No, I value my freedom too much.
Yeah,
I actually value my... You don't understand. My freedom is of such a high value. 20 million ain't enough for me.
For 3 years?
20 million.
I wanna
20 million.
I want to reconsider that vote.
20 million is not enough for me, because my value of freedom, of being able to get up and do what I want to do. You know, there's a...
They'll give you a job in inside and your decks.
Nah. Nah. There's a
Union.
no.
Imagine they make you the John. Is it John Crow?
John Crow. No.
Of HMP.
No.
Boom. They call it HMP Boom.
No.
HMP Rambo.
No.
You know, he's lying, brother. He's lying.
Deadly
There
serious.
are
No.
flyers going
No,
around.
Deadly
bro,
serious.
you know what? Jellof Tuesdays.
I'll be told.
Vote for me and you have Jello Tuesday.
He's gone.
Listen,
Listen.
for the country, bro.
The value of
See you
freedom.
Saturday.
The value of freedom. The value of freedom is so high. I can't put a figure onto it because the value of freedom. For example,
For Friday, yeah?
I'm gonna miss Roti whatever day it is. I'm gonna miss.
I said
I'm gonna
Roti,
miss.
whatever
Yeah,
day it
yeah.
is.
I've got to bring it to. I've got to bring it back to the
I
Caribbean.
got your back. I got your back.
My point being.
Roll your weekends, bro.
There you go. My point being is that there's things I'm going to miss out on. I'm going to miss out on my grandson growing up. I'm going to miss out on my family. I'm going to miss out. There's deaths you're going to miss out on. There's things like marriages you're going to miss out on. Births. No, I can't do it.
Sorry, can I
All of that there, I can't do that. Sorry.
20 mil.
Can't do it.
You are
no.
the most morbid mofo that
That's
I know.
right.
This guy, there's gonna be deaths that I'm gonna be missing out on. I don't know what the hell you.
All right.
brother. You've been. You know what?
No, okay, I'll give you an example, yeah? I'll give you an example. There's a guy I know, years, I'm talking over 20 years ago. He went to prison. When he went to prison, his mum had a heart attack and passed away. He had to go to the funeral in handcuffs. All the things he wanted to do for his mum, he wasn't able to do. I can't envisage going to prison knowing that there are certain people in my life of certain ages that I may encounter missing out on those things. No. So for me, freedom for me is of such a high value, I can't put a price on it like that. And like I said, £20 million may sound like a lot of money, but for 3 years, you're going to miss out on so many things. Is it really worth it? And especially if
Would you have traded your last 3 years for 20 million?
My last 3 years, no.
I will say this
No.
though, and I'm glad that Citrus asks that question to you because it does, like, you got to sit there and think to yourself, what would you have done in those 3 years? And I'm not saying that, you know what, time is, like I just said it, time is a big commodity. But when I think to myself, 20 million, like 1 million, no, there's not a chance. Like if you told us to me 50, 60, you go, the one thing that someone taught me before, everyone has a price. There is a number that we can get to that we turn and say, well, actually, it's only 3 years. I'll just have to stay in a cell and just chill for a bit. And then afterwards, I've set up everybody's life for life.
My family
You know what
is
I mean?
done.
For life. Then it's done.
Well, not really for life. There's one person in my family that can bunch you the money.
But depending on the amount, you get what I'm saying? So if there's a certain amount, whatever the amount is for yourself, all right.
But theoretically,
Yeah.
your family will be in good stance
Okay.
for at least 3
then
generations.
Why not? 'Cause you work, sorry,
Go
one
on.
more point. You work in life. You go to work where you're working hard to basically make sure that you can support your family. Now this is basically you working for that time to earn that money that now supports them for the amount of time that you want to support them for. All right, and hopefully sets everybody up for life and generations after you've
That's
even
great.
dead and gone.
Okay.
So that point there, I can sit there and say substantially, if this is my job to go to jail, all right, sit in there and be quiet for a little piece and just relax myself. If that's what it is, then I've got to do that for 3 years and everything is sorted, then in essence, why not?
Okay, would you trade your health for 3 years for £20 million? Your health being that you have a chronic illness that you cannot do anything for 3 years.
And then after the 3 years, it's gone.
Could be
And
after 3 years.
never to return.
I've never said never to return. You have a chronic illness that you make. What I'm saying, because you don't know, life is life, innit? You have a chronic illness, you cannot do anything. The level of pain is beyond measurable.
Then
Yeah?
no one
3 years.
wants to go through pain.
But my point being, we're saying you would do anything for money. What about health?
No one said it would do anything for money. But what you've got to understand is you
But
know what?
everyone's got a price, you said.
Everybody
So
has
what
got
is
a
the price? What is
And
the price for your health?
What I'm trying to say to you, Wiley, is more a case of sensibly, all right, when we want to sit there and dash out these numbers, because people do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's a stupid age-old argument that kids do, adults now do, and we're now doing on a podcast, all right? But it's one of those ones where it's like you do have there's a number that you can get to that of course I'd spend 3 years in prison, all right, and make sure that my family, my son, my missus, my mum, my sisters, my brothers, my cousins, even the people inside this podcast, my brethrens are now sitting there saying to themselves, even producer over there, all right, you're blessed after this, bro, right? And then after that, you can say to myself, you know, everybody in here is blessed 3 years, and we are super blessed.
Bro, it's
All
only
right.
20 mil, bro.
No, I never said 20 million. I never put a number on it.
Okay,
I said whatever that number is that makes sure everybody's okay. 3 years.
Okay.
Lock me up.
All right.